Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is 𝙈𝘆𝑎𝑠𝑠. If you are new here, if you are returning, hey y'all. So we are going to continue on from the last video, which was, this is a part 2 to my eyeshadow collection because I did not want to make the last one super long, and this is the drawer that we completed. So now we're going to move on to this next drawer. So this is the drawer. So we're going to go through this one, and we're going to go through this in this video. So hopefully I don't make this video too long. So y'all, let's do it. So I'm gonna start with the sides, and then we're gonna come in to this row right here. I did appreciate these browns, like, oh my goodness, it's like the rustic browns, and then these were a smaller version, I believe. But when I tell you they have some good eyeshadows, and this black is really black, love this stick. Like when it came to just doing a matte look, and I have a lot of little ones. I'm just gonna brush through these because it's too many. Well, no, it's not really that many. So I have this NYX Ultimate palette. This is okay. I don't know why I got this. At the time the colors were popping to me and it looked really nice, but now that I'm looking at it, it's like it's alright. I have the 𝙎𝙁𝙆𝙆𝙆 by ColourPop. I did like this one because all of the colors were like, it was just a yellow palette, and sometimes I'm a sucker for just buying palettes dedicated to one color, because then it's like, okay, I have that cover, I don't need anything else in the yellow department. I have this cute Too Faced chocolate chip. It's a mini, and this is like cute for on the go, like if you just want to do a really quick look, a matte look. These are all matte shades. This would be super cute and travel friendly. This is also travel friendly. I remember I wanted all of these, you guys, and I only got this one at the time because they were a little expensive, but this was the one that I purchased, and I thought it was cute because of the brown shades in it. And yeah, I do have a bunch of dose of colors that we're gonna skim through really quick. And these were all of the little trios that she had came out with. It was like blushing berries. This was a really nice one. They came with brushes, but I took the brushes out. Sometimes I'm like, if the brush is not useful, it gotta go. But this was cute. Then we have Snow Angel, which was another really nice palette. Pretty cool. Sometimes I really love like cool tones. I don't know why, when warm tones work better for my skin complexion, but you know, once you put on a whole face of makeup, it's always good to have a little bit of everything. Marvelous Mauves. These were cute. I'm not a mauve type of person. I don't like mauve lipstick. I don't like none of that, but I will collect, okay? I had some, this one is Baked Browns. These were also gorgeous. Really nice palette. And the last one is Sassy Siennas, and this was a pretty warm tone shade. So that is it for this. I've heard so many good things about a lot of these palettes, and I don't even know if some of the palettes that I have you could still get. Moving on, let's go to this section. These are all Colored Rain palettes. And I have Smoke Show, and that's what this looks like. Pretty colors. Love this Showtime green. It's different. This one is Lovely's Beauty Rust. These browns in here is the bomb. Really like kind of rustic brown type of palette. I love these are mini too. These are all travel friendly as well. And then we have Berry Cute. And it's a berry cute, but I don't like this one. Is the only thing that's berry-ish. Because when I think of berries, I'm thinking of like, you know, some more purpley colors, maybe even some red berries. But yeah, it's cute. I mean, I heard they had really good shadows, so I had to cop it. Mini Breaker. I I like the color story. This was a really cute palette. And then the mini controversy. I think I did this one on my channel as well. And then, oh, we have a couple more on the sides. This was like one of the first palettes that I bought. This is a Stila palette, and look at those shades. They're decent. I think their shades are really nice, but now I'm looking at this color story, it looks a little ashy. But these shimmery shades were bomb, so it still did what it had to do. These Moon Dust by Urban Decay was really, really nice. And then we have this Just Peachy Mattes, and I like the peach tones in this. So I thought this was really like a cute, decent palette for a soft look. I had got this in like a little gift box. This was Party Animal by Laura Lee, and I just thought that the colors were like popping, yo. Like, look at those colors. That blue, this just popping. So yeah, added that. These are the Kaleidos. The shades were super, super pigmented, and I just had to get all of them. So a lot of these shadows I'm showing you, I don't even know if they still make them or if they have more, but this palette is, look at them shades. And when I tell y'all this stuff is like super pigmented, like it is super pigmented, and I never really played around with these shades, but look at that. Oh, look at that blue. That is so nice. So I do love these palettes a lot. This is, am I telling y'all what the name of them are? So this one was the Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze. This was the Futurism 3 Astro Pink. Then we have Futurism 1 Sci-Fi Green. That's beautiful. This is the VR Neon. Those are gorgeous. And then we have the Electro, what is this, Turquoise? And this is a beautiful palette as well. Look at that. Like, this blue right here is something else. Even this like shade right here. But this is, like I say, these colors are really, really pigmented. I never really got a chance to play around with them. This is the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie palette. This was popping on YouTube a while back. I swatched this one, or I think I used it before. I probably used these two shades, but I never used like any of the other shades. But this was a beautiful palette as well. I collected a lot of ABH palettes. This is the Modern Renaissance, a very popular one. Used this before. This was really nice. And then I have the Carly Bible palette, and I just collected ABH's palettes because they also make some really nice pigmented. They also really have some nice pigments. This is the Alyssa Edwards. So I just collect them because I know that the shadows are really good quality. This is the Soft Glam, very nice. I never used it, but it's such a nice palette. Like, if you're into just like browns or basic colors, cannot go wrong with Soft Glam. This is the Prism palette. This is another beautiful one, and which I think I have a couple dupes for these in here somewhere, probably toward the back. Here is the Norvina palette. This is like pretty soft, kind of purplish vibes. This was the Jackie Aina palette, and these were off the chain. These colors were so beautiful. The Sultry palette, which is much more for like deeper and smokier looks to me with those glitters. So this was definitely a pretty one. And then the Rivera palette, soft, kind of light shades, beautiful. And then we have the Temptress by Alter Ego, which I showed you guys in the first one. This is their dupe for the, which one did I show you guys? Their dupe for the Sultry palette. Yep. So they look pretty similar to me. The shades are in different orders, but pretty similar to me, honey. Pretty similar to me. And then following right behind that was the 𝙈𝘆𝙆𝙆𝙀𝙆 palette. I did a look on my channel with this one. Pretty palette. This is 𝙈𝘆𝙆𝙆𝙆's X80H. Then I have some palettes here that I remember getting from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. Not sure if they still make these, but the color scheme was super pretty. So I really like this one was called the Pinky Rose, well, Center Stage palette, and then this one is Obsessed. Yes, these colors are so nice. So the palette, this is Exotic Peacock. The color schemes blew me away. Like, if you want to do some looks, you can serve a lot of cute looks with these palettes. This is Bright Lights. Like, come on, look at that. Seriously? Get so many looks out of these palettes alone. This is 80s baby. So yeah. And then we have these NYX palettes. This is Sugar Trip Squad. Something just tells me that these shadows is probably not that good, but the color story was really nice. This is Ace Beauty. This one is Slice of Paradise. Oh, this was so nice. Look at this color scheme. Oh, it's so nice. And then we have Ace Beauty Paradise Fallen. Yeah, these all draw me to them because of the color schemes. Like, it's like I can get so many looks. Blossom Passion out of these palettes. This is such a beautiful palette. And then Classical Paradise. Yes. This is probably like one of my favorite drawers. Aside of the first one, because Juvia's Place really be having like some cute shadows. But this one was, I don't know, I really like the ADH palettes and all of these like palettes back here. So we're almost done. We're at the back. Here's Latte 2 by Dominique Cosmetics. And I never really played with them, but these are beautiful. Beautiful. Told y'all, like, I have so many palettes that I just collected. Urban Decay Born to Run. I think I did a look on my channel with this. This was a pretty palette. And then I know for sure I did not touch any of these palettes back here, but they are bomb. This is Color Rain Queen of Hearts. They also make really nice shadows as well. And then Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm. Beautiful, beautiful palette. And then we have another, this is Berries and Cream. It's another beautiful palette from Dominique Cosmetics. And then the last one, that last one in this drawer is another Colored Rain. This is Cheers to Beauty. It's a long palette. And I think it's because this shade right here, I don't think I probably can get use out of, but these were really pretty. So that's it for this drawer. So this is the drawer that has the final palettes in them, and I'm gonna set this camera up right here and just show you guys. So in it we have the Blood Sugar palette. This palette was, I like it. It was really unique. I don't like how clumpy this is, but the packaging is interesting and the color scheme is super beautiful. But I don't like the packaging. It's too clumpy. It's just like, yeah, like, see, it's unique, it's thoughtful, it's nice. You have to use these little clamps, and then boom. Pretty colors, like color stories is really nice. I never used these palettes. I just bought it because I thought it was unique. It's just that I don't like how clumpy and how much space it takes up. But I like the idea behind it. So, and the color story. So starting in the front, we have the BH Carnival palette. This was like the first one that they came out with, and I really loved this palette. I love the color story. I love all these palettes. It's like the color stories is really what sells me. The Tati Volume 1. This was a beautiful palette, and I like how it had different finishes, and it was just so versatile. Sequin, glitter, matte, metallic. Yeah, this was really nice. The James Charles palette, well, Morphe X James Charles is the mini one. So I wanted the mini one because the other one was just too big, and I knew I would never get through these colors to begin with. I knew I would never get through these colors, so it made more sense just to get the smaller version. Then we have the Jawbreaker palette by Jeffree Star. This one is really nice. I love the colors. Like this color scheme, this story did draw me in, I'm not gonna lie. These colors was like really dope. So we have that. This is the Aesthetics by the Makeup Shack. They make some really nice makeup brushes. I really like their makeup brushes. And this is their palette. So it was affordable. I'm like, oh, I need it. I need that, especially like for this brown. And this one, really nice. You guys know I love my browns, so ColourPop had a Bare Necessities palette, and voila, look at those browns in there. Like, come on. Like, if you just need a palette with nothing but browns, this got you covered. And that black spicy spyglass, that black is dark and like really dark. I really like that black. And then we have Revolution X Alexis Stone Instinct palette. I like this one because I like how each row has like the same shade but lighter as it goes up. So really like that. Like the gray. Didn't have anything with grays, so that's what drew me to this palette. Then Be Perfect came out with another palette, which was their Carnival 3 palette. Love Tahiti by Stacey Marie. And this palette, like, come on, look at that. Like, if you want to pop a color and you do like shadows, you can definitely take this with you everywhere, and you can serve a look. Your clients will be happy if they like colors. This is Samples Beauty, the this is the Paradigm Shift palette, and this is a really nice one. Really love the colors in here. Another colorful palette. I always had to have some type of color. This was the Be Perfect 𝙎𝙃 made this palette. This is the Clientele palette. This is really nice. Really, really nice. I've seen her serve so many looks on her channel and her page with this, and I just fell in love with these colors. These are some beautiful colors, so had to have that one. This is the Me, Myself, and Mitchell palette. Well, this was Beauty Base, but you guys, you can't tell me these colors are like, let me take this out. Look at that. This color story was amazing. You have warmer tones over here, some cooler tones over here, and I heard the shadows were so good. They were really good and pigmented and blendable. So that's how I got that palette. This is the Pro palette, the Carnival, another Stacey Marie palette. She made one more, I believe, or she probably has more now, but these are the 3 that I've collected, and they're kind of like all on the same vibe. But I mean, come on, how can you resist her colorful palettes? They're just really amazing. This was the Morphe X Jeffree Star palette. I really like the color scheme of this. Like the pinks in here were hitting, and it would just, once again, drug me in by the colors. Then I have a Morphe palette. This was one of my first colorful palettes, and I just had to have this palette because at the time I had too many like brown shadows and stuff, and I was like, I can create so many looks with this palette. So this is like all I thought I needed at the time, but it's nonetheless still a beautiful palette. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette. I think this was her first one that she came out with. And the colors were decent. I just liked them for the warm tones, you know. But then I believe she came out with a... This is when she came out with the Volume 2 palette. And I felt like this one was just better crafted. And the colors, it were a lot more popping than the other one. The other one was more brown and like toned down. And this one was much more brighter, but I heard the shades were a lot better than that first one. So I purchased it. Here's another Makeup Shack palette. This is called the Rainforest. Love this for the colors. Then I didn't have like a pastel type of color palette. So this was Icy Fantasy 351 by Morphe. And I purchased this one because of all of the pastel shades in here. And I didn't have a palette like this, so I was like, definitely like Easter looks or anything like that. That's like the go-to palette. Then you have, this is the only Juvia's, I try to keep all my Juvia's places together, but this is the only one, the Magic palette, that I had to put over here because of how big it was. But beautiful. Beautiful. And now we are down to the last three. This is the BH Ultimate Matte 42 color shadow palette. Don't know why I got it. Just felt like I needed it at the time. But yeah, it was pretty basic, as you guys can see. Nothing but a bunch of brown shades and some stuff at the bottom. So, but yeah. It's a Morphe palette. This one is the 39S palette. And I love this one because it was mostly like purples and some pinks. So if I was in that vibe, you know, I could reach for like, oh, I have a purple palette, as if I don't have. And then we have another big one, which is the 39L Hit the Lights by Morphe. I just like this one because it was funky. It had a little spark to it, you know. The colors were just, maybe it was this little section right here that popped it out, because if you look at the whole thing, it's like, I got something like that. But nonetheless, they were decent. So yes, that is all of my palettes, you guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see me use some of these or just review any of these palettes that I have, because I have so many, leave it in the comments if you guys want to see some looks with them. So I did collect them, and ultimately I wanted to use them, but they started to just become a collection because I was just so interested in the palette schemes and colors that drew me in. But if y'all want to see it, I'll throw it up there. So yes, thank you for watching.